People try to put us down because we get around. Hello, everyone. That's enough of that song. Welcome to Battle of the Bands, The Who, here by popular demand. I thought we were done with this. The Clash won. They got like 79 jams, and you know what a jam is. It's a good song. Doesn't mean it charted. I'm the resident expert on good songs, so I'll tell you how many hits they have per year. And I know a lot of you, it hurts you to see the Replacements destroy the Rolling Stones. So I'm going to do total hits and see if that helps. Let's just do an update though where we are. The last one had the Clash at the top. I said it was done. Popular demand insisted we do The Who. I'll get out of the way here and just show the very end of this last Battle of the Bands. Oh, no audio. 71 hits in, I believe, 8 years. Have you got the stats there, Ryan? So the Sex Pistols had 17 jams in 2 years. That's fantastic. That's 8.5 jams a year. You kill Led Zeppelin and the Rolling Stones. Let's see where the Clash are at with their 71 jams in 8 years. Ladies and gentlemen, 71 jams in 8 years is 8.875 jams a year. Basically 9 jams a year. You beat the Sex Pistols with just under half a jam a year. The Clash are literally the greatest band in world history. And what I love about their story is they made it through all of this torture, thick and thin, all of this destruction, all of this. All right, we get it, Gav. We get it. We don't want to hear you proselytizing about making it and going through thick and thin. The message I want to get across about The Who is Pete Townshend. He was a music nerd. He was like a what do you call him, a band kid, and really into jazz. His dad was a gifted musician who was a terrible dad. Pete Townshend had a brutal childhood. He was half raised by his grandmother, who was a mental patient. I spent a lot of time with my Nan, but she was no mental patient. She was awesome. Anyway, and I think the Lord touched him with divine intervention and turned him into, I put him up there with Beethoven, Bach. He's a classical composer. And I think that's how he'll go down in history. And God bless The Who for joining him on this journey. Like, they didn't go, that's too weird. Even when he got into this shit that I hate, he basically became a Sikh. He makes me Sikh. And The Who made him Sikh. So, you can't do Christianity if you want to be spiritual back in the 60s. You got to find Packies. So like the Beatles and the Stones and everyone else, he was into Babas. Which isn't your favorite blanket when you're a little kid. A Baba is, I think the Sikhs have like 12 of them, and it's like their various Jesuses. So he worshiped them.
Hi, this is Anthony Cumia.
And hello, I am Gavin McInnes.
Together, we're Compound Censored.
And we'd like you to subscribe to our network that has more fantastic content you could shake a stick at. Use this promo code for a one-time super offer.
Do it. It's uncensored and oh so entertaining.
They're all atheists, but it's same with New York hardcore and the Cro-Mags and all this Krishna core shit, where they want to be spiritual, but you can't do white shit, so they get into the Babas, like Baba O'Reilly. But anyway, like the song Rain on Me we'll get to, and then Quadrophenia. That's a fucking Sikh song about some Baba. But Daltrey he made it his own, and he made it like, it's about Ahmad driving off a cliff, after a troubled youth. So I'm glad Pete Townshend had a troubled youth. I'm glad that he managed to find this insane combination where you got Roger Daltrey, who's like a working class yabo who was doing HVAC. Then you have Keith Moon, who's Arthur from the movie, an absolute raging fucking lunatic. And then you got Pete Townshend, the classical composer. This lighting is terrible. It's very one-sided. And then John Entwistle, whatever. I don't know. Bassists aren't supposed to have a personality. Boris the Spider, are you fucking kidding me? So it was a fascinating time, as we know. The war ended in 1945. And these kids in the 60s were all like late teens, early 20s. This was the baby boom. And I would posit that this is the first time teenagers had existed. I mean, in the 50s, they were talking about Rebel Without a Cause and The Wild One post-war, and that was kind of the birth of cool, but not really the teenager. But I think the authorities, the state, they called you a man when you were 14 and up. There was no teenager. You were either a little boy or a man. They actually did it with your short pants at what they called public schools, which were kind of private schools. And, every British kid had a school uniform back when I was a kid. And when you became a man, you wore pants instead of shorts. And that was, I think, around 14. And why would they do that? So they can send you to go die. You're a man, 15-year-old. Go fight my wars in fucking North Africa. So the war's over. I think everyone sort of feels like wars are over in the World War sense. And so they start this band. It's the High Numbers. It's the Detours. It's the Who. It's a funny art name. They have a couple of managers. They settle on Lambert and Stamp. Now, this is another interesting thing about that time. And all of the Who happens basically in 5 years. But managers controlled bands back then. We talked about this with The Clash. Bernie Rhodes dictated The Clash. Malcolm McLaren, of course, was the Sex Pistols. He called the shots, told them what to wear and everything. And there's an argument for that model. It's a benevolent dictatorship. Of course, Bernie Rhodes ended up fucking The Clash by telling them to kick out Mick Jones. Manager of Black Sabbath kicked out Ozzy. That turned out great, that deranged Jew. Ardley Levy, I think his name was. Horrible father, too. All these terrible childhoods pan out pretty good for you and I because their suffering begets fantastic art. But I wouldn't want to be Sharon Osbourne or Pete Townsend as a 10-year-old. But anyway, you really got to understand managers' roles. Like, I manage boxers. They don't let me do shit. I can't control their Instagram or anything. You're not in control anymore as a manager. You're more just like a glorified salesman, I guess. You sell tickets. But back then, they were kind of more important than the band. And the beauty of these guys, Lambert and Stamp, is one was an upper-class kid, one was a poor, or I can't remember which the poor one was. And they were artists. Wait, stop. So the Who were unlike any other band. First of all, you have Pete Townshend's incredible compositions, which are classical music. But then you have Lambert and Stamp running the show, and they're artists. So the Who is an art project. I see them as totally different from the Rolling Stones, the Small Faces, all these other legendary bands at the time, the Beatles. Those bands were rock bands. The Who aren't a rock band. They're an experiment. And that's what their name implies. The eponymous The Who. Anyway, this is a great documentary about Lambert and Stamp, which really explains what I'm talking about right now and how incredibly, what a major part of the band the management was. Well, let's just watch a bit of this.
Idea of what they did in the music business or what this whole
I can't
work
hear
was
it.
about. We didn't come to the group as like professional managers. We never said we knew how to do it.
That's Chris Lambert.
Kit and I, we decided that we were going to make a film that would be our film. And that's when I came up with the idea of the rock and roll thing.
That they would find a really good rock and roll group and they would make the film about them.
We looked everywhere, right? We looked all over the place for these bands.
Yeah, I do remember him. I remember the night. Two guys, assistant directors in the film business, they were prepared to give all that up and manage the band and put some money into it. I think they lied about the money.
And I look at these guys. They weren't handsome. You know, they weren't nice. They were sort of like misfits.
That's the other thing about the Who. They were ugly. Pete Townshend's nose could be in the Guinness Book of World Records. And wait, stop. Just pause it. They were cool because they were freaks and they were violent. And that's another great thing about the Who's music is it wasn't love songs. And I think Pete did have some love in him. Like Rain on Me is his love for his gay packy shit. But Roger Daltrey was a brawler. He got kicked out of the band for beating up Pete Townsend. Then they invited him back. He just kicked out the drummer like a couple years ago. So, well, 7 years ago, I believe it was. But,
They just kicked
years.
out the drummer like a couple months ago. Ringo's son.
Was that a couple months ago?
Yeah, just a couple months ago.
I thought that was 2018. He's been with them since like the 90s.
Yeah.
Which sounds so late in Who years, right? Zach Starkey is his name. So, yeah, Daltrey's a contentious motherfucker. They don't get along. Pete Townshend's kind of a ponce. He's like me. He likes fashion and stuff. Roger Daltrey's just like a soccer hooligan. And their songs are about fighting. And I think Roger Daltrey takes that. Like he would add lyrics. There's one of the songs, what's it called? Anywhere, Anyhow. Nothing gets in my way. Like Daltrey added that part. So they're a very aggressive band. And that, who knows, that may have led to the mods brawling in Brighton Beach with the rockers. See, maybe they brought violence to mod culture, which is fucking awesome. That inspired. That's why Proud Boys wear Fred Perry's. That's where I got the idea from. So the other thing I like about Lambert and Stamp too is they're really into the audience. So they wouldn't let people in if they didn't look cool. You could be ugly, but you got to be cool. And then when they were on Ready, Steady, Go, which was a big deal, Top of the Pops basically, they brought the audience with them. And that sort of made it into a thing. Now, you got to worry about being typecast as the mod band. And in the 70s, you got to progress into rock and roll and wear outfits like this. And they did that. Spoiler alert. Let's watch a tiny bit more of Lambert and Stamp. It's a very talky movie.
There were not two guys on the planet that knew less about rock than these two, and they had no connection.
Their ideas were fantastic, and that's all I cared about.
The more preposterous, the better. The more adventurous, the more dangerous.
Yeah.
We had no money.
What other band, stop.
Chaos financially.
What other band has several musicals under their belt? As well as movies and plays. Like Tommy is still going. It was just in Toronto for like a year straight. It's made probably $200 million globally. And that's just one little thing they did when it was 71, 69. Still part of that 5-year stint.
More crazy that I'm being sued for mismanagement. We were going to go to the...
They weren't great with organization. They were eventually fired after the Who had made it. Fired for not keeping the books right. And I got to say, putting this list together is all over the fucking place. Like, they put out My Generation, and then much later, I think it was 71, they put out Meaty Beaty Big and Bouncy with all their singles from the 60s. So you're going to find the chronology is all over the fucking place with this. And I think that was Lambert and Stamp being scatterbrained drunks on speed. Everyone's on speed at this point. That's why my generation stutters. He's mocking a mod on blues. Or I shouldn't say mocking, mimicking. So let's go to their first album, My Generation, 1965. They've been around for 3 or 4 years already. So this album is basically a greatest hits album. Not unlike Meaty Beaty Big Bouncy. Same kind of years, too. So first song, My Generation. It's exactly what you think it is. I think Pete Townsend resents saying, I hope I die before I get old, because Roger Daltrey's 81 now, and they're playing in Long Island in a couple weeks. They didn't die. Wait, that's not the right one.
Yeah, the link here, I put the first link in it, You Better Bet.
It is?
Yeah.
Huh. Let me see it. Oh, it's a mix. So go back to that mix, click on that mix, and find the very beginning of that mix. That's My Generation. So I love this video because it's all B-roll from the mid-'60s, and you can really get the culture.
Just because we
Get around. It's Brighton Beach with the mods. Everyone's 20. There's a new generation. No more war. Their parents grew up with war. They're just ready to party. The first teens in Britain's history. Uh-oh, rockers. Damn rockers.
Don't try to dig what we all say.
Barnacle Sulfides.
Cause a big sensation. I'm just talking about my
Generation. James Bond was big with the mods. Skiing. Okay, so that's number one. And then, of course, the kids are all right. Pete Townshend's like 19 when he's writing these songs. So that don't search deeply for meaning in the kids are all right. They're really into harmonies, too. You don't realize that till you go over all their stuff. Because later on, you know, in the 70s, it's all Daltrey going, yeah, yeah. But back then, it's not true, it's not true. It's not true, it's not true. Great lyrics. And they're not even, he's not even an adult yet.
It's not true.
I gotta get one of these blazers. I looked them up online, they're pretty cheap. What a great contrast too, right? The melodies of the harmonies of the band and then Roger Daltrey with his rough voice. Proto-punk, as Sean calls it. This is the beginning, right? Like the Stones, the Beatles, they were all doing Bo Diddley covers. And then this 65 was like when all these bands started doing original songs because they didn't want to do each other's songs. You go to a show and you hear like Chuck Berry, and then the next band does Chuck Berry. That's not interesting. A Legal Matter, great jam. I think this is the first time Pete Townsend sang, and I love his voice. It's weird. I don't want it to be the main voice. Did you know Roger Daltrey was, when I think they were the high numbers, he was the rhythm guitarist? I ain't never seen that hold a guitar. Look at that fucking nose. He's not even Jewish. As Sarah Silverman says, when your nose is that big, you're not Jewish, you should sue God. Oh, look, it's Tony Soprano's wife. Always bringing the drama. What's her name, Carm? For a brief moment, Carmela Soprano sang for The Who. Nailed! Apparently, you had me nailed. This is, of course, pictures of them from like way up into the 70s. That's the thing about The Who. Probably because of Lambert and Stamp, they're fucking all over the place. So this is one of the least chronological Battle of the Bands you'll ever see. Also, an important detail to remember is albums weren't really a thing back in the 60s and even the 70s. And in Britain, albums weren't a thing until the 80s. You deal with singles because you're going to clubs, because you're happy to get out, because it's always raining there. So my generation is a compilation of singles, and so is Meaty Beaty Big and Bouncy. The whole idea of an album, I would say the first album-y album from The Who is, we won't include Tommy, because it's a musical, it's kind of a different genre, but would be Who's Next? And that's the year they also released a fucking compilation of singles. So this is all over the map. All right, so that was 65. We got 4 jams from my generation. A quick one, Sucked. That was the next album. There's only really one good song on it. No, there's 2. Well, there's 3. So Lambert and Stamp realized Pete Townshend's getting all the royalties, all the money. That's going to create animosity. True. Problem is, Pete Townshend's touched by God. What, are you going to compete with the big guy? I try it every Friday. It doesn't bode well. I blasphemed once and he threw me off a motorcycle. So don't mess with God. They tried and they got Boris the Spider. Now, I like this song, but, you know, you don't want to have more than one Boris the Spider in a battle of the bands. Like, that was a great song, John. You're done now. It's very bass heavy, too, for a bassist. A good break, too, from, like, all the other crazy songs.
Look who's crawling up my wall. Black and hairy, very small.
It's the kind of thing you do when you're stoned. You watch a spider.
Now he's up.
I watched a whole spider's web get made once on mushrooms. From beginning to end, I watched the whole thing. It's like 4 hours. There's some sort of giant cicada or something in front of my ring cam right now, and it's been wriggling there for 12 hours. And this morning, I saw the spider had had enough, and he was starting to chip away at it. They really take their time, these spiders. Another good one from the quick one is So Sad About Us. It's a very easy song to cover. The Who are not easy to cover, especially with Keith and his fucking jazz hands. But, So Sad About Us. I picture Fred Armisen being into this song for some reason. That's kind of gay, at least. Turn it up. Starts with the chorus. It sounds like the Jam. Jam did cover it. It's the most covered song by The Who. The Breeders did it on their TV debut on David Letterman. Let's pull that up. I didn't number it. I almost cut this song, but the fact that it was the most covered, that kind of makes it a jam. The Jam.
To do a cover song when you're on Letterman for the first time?
I know.
Right?
It's the kind of thing only a chick would do if she was on heroin. Did you vacuum under the stools?
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight our guests are making their network television debut, and
These
we couldn't
bitches
be
are
happier
heroin
to have
addicts.
them here with us.
They FedEx
This is their
heroin
most
to them.
recent
I don't know
bit of
about
work.
now, but back
It's
when
an
I knew
EP
them, knew
called
of them.
Safari. Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, the Breeders. Kids.
She was in the Pixies, right?
Yeah, Kim Deal.
Yeah. Is that David Lee Roth? People probably saw this, didn't realize it was a Who song, and went, wow, they can write some song. Is that guitar very big? She's very cute. Is she part chink? That's my type. I know she's too ugly for you guys. Good. No competition. And then the Jam. Let's do the Jam. Same thing. It sounds so much like a Jam song, this Jam. It's a jammy jam. Fuck, they were great. So the Mods were big in the late 50s, early 60s. Then they had a revival in like the late 70s, which is weird because that's like 10 years later. What's going on with your lips? Oh, it's B-roll. I can never quite get with the Mod hair. You look like my mom. Okay. And then this is a really big moment, I think, in A Quick One. They do a song called A Quick One that's really 5 songs in one. And it's fucking awesome. It's very weird. I think it's about a woman cheating. She is forgiven. He gets over it. And this is where the chronology gets all weird. So when was it? 1960, what year is that? My printer's not working. Rock and Roll Circus, when was that? 68. So I'm jumping ahead, I'm gonna jump back. So in 68, a Rock and Roll Circus came out, and I think it was the Stones seeing all the artistic of the Who and going, we want to do that. So they made a concert movie, and everyone was in it. The Stones, Yoko was there, John Lennon's in the audience, and the Who. And the Who came out, and Pete Townshend could do whatever the fuck he wanted. So he did this super weird song, which is 5 songs in one, and my theory is they were so good in this movie that the Rolling Stones realized they looked like shit next to them, so they didn't release it. It came out like a few years ago, and it was 68. So I don't know if I have the song first or if it's the Rock and Roll Christmas. Again, they've just started here, 68. The band was 65. Pete Townshend's like 24. Do I have the song of them doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think no matter how successful you are, even if you're the Rolling Stones, you see this comical rapport and the silliness of Keith Moon.
I know why you feel blue. Just 'cause she's
See, this is why I say The Who are so different than any other band. What other song has 5 songs in it? They're all like 26 seconds to a minute and a half, and they make this sort of 7-minute opus that dominated this movie. All right, so that's kind of weird because it's 68, right?
Yeah. December 68.
And then I'm going back now to Tommy. Wait a minute, what the fuck is going on here? Am I in order? Meaty, beady, big, and bouncy. Woodstock 69. Okay. So does it say Tommy somewhere?
The next part is The Who Sell Out.
The Who Sell Out? Shitballs. My fucking notes are all gay. I'm going to put that down for now. So the Stones hated it, A14, right?
Yep.
The Who Sell Out. Okay. So this is kind of a cool thing. Lambert and Stamp were being very conceptual. The Who had been around now for a whopping 3 years, 2 years. 3 years if you count before the first record. And Lambert and Stamp go, pirate radio was the only way you could hear a lot of these songs because rock and roll was still crazy there. People were still going to balls in the 60s. So pirate radio started. The government outlawed it, of course. The government ran rock and roll at the beginning. Like the head of Virgin Records, not Virgin, but EMI would be like Lord Farnsworth right up into the 70s. All these lords, basically monarchs, were running rock and roll. So pirate radio, which, the streets talk about, Mike Skinner, was the only way to hear this music. They outlawed it. And so the Who said, okay, they jokingly said, we're going to sell out. So they did The Who Sell Out, show the album cover there. They got sued out the wazoo for this because they used actual commercial jingles and pretended it was sponsored by like Heinz Baked Beans and all this shit. Which you see later with Pill, Public Image Limited, where he has all his fucking generic brand stuff, or Sig Sputnik. With these pictures should be in the Google Doc.
Yeah, they're just a little small in there.
Remember Sig Sputnik after Generation X, Tony James? Shoot 'em up, let's shoot 'em up. They were all about selling out. So the Who did this first. Unfortunately, this album sucks. And all it's got on it is, what has it got on it? It's just got I Can See for Miles. So jump ahead there to 7. This is kind of the same as You Are Forgiven. A quick one while he's away. Because I can see for miles and miles, so I can forecast where this relationship's going. Meanwhile, Pete Townsend, I'm sorry, you're one of the biggest rock stars in the world, and you're all fashionable, and you've got that cock for a nose. He definitely was slaying mad pussy. He was married for a long time. I think he's on his second wife. There's a big space in between them. But my theory is when you get to Conor McGregor, Mick Jagger, Pete Townsend levels, Ozzy Osbourne, the wife just goes, all right, when you're on tour, you can fuck, but don't bring them home. This is my theory, because I've hung out with like Johnny Knoxville and Luke Wilson and famous people, and chicks just line up to suck their dicks. I can resist. I get offered a blowjob from a stranger once every 10 years, I'd say. So it's pretty easy to say no. If I was getting 20 a day, I might crack. So that's just the way it must be. They must just be fucking all the time. Anyway, play I Can See for Miles.
I know you deceived me, now here's a surprise. I know that you have, cause there's magic in my
hand is like this.
I can see for miles.
And then as the song progresses, the chorus just has Keith Moon fucking bang, 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 bang. So this is a very exciting time, 67. Everyone's coming into their own. Jimi Hendrix, who I would argue he invented the whole going to Britain first to become big. He was getting real big up there. Now, when was the Monterey Pop Festival?
That was 67.
Okay, so shit's about to go off for The Who. They're about to become American rock stars. And they rode that wave beautifully. I think things were kind of petering out with The Who sellout. So mods were becoming passé. It was time to be a hippie. That's not a very Daltrey thing. I don't think Daltrey and Keith Moon liked hippies. They didn't like the culture. They wanted the mods, the blues. Like hippies are about smoking a joint and relaxing. The mods were about doing blues and getting fucked up and fighting, getting wasted. So Jimi Hendrix had opened for the Monkees. It didn't go well. He thought they were. And he opened for The Who a couple times, but Pete Townshend recognized that this guy is good. He's no Ryan Rivera, but he's good. And he does sloppy guitar the way Keith Moon does sloppy drums. I got some sloppy competition. So if you go to A15, Jimi Hendrix was opening for The Who, and a lot of the times, and no one wants to go after The Who, but no one really wanted to go after Jimi Hendrix either. So we have an issue here. So this is when conflict begins. And then a few months after that, they do the Monterey Pop Festival, which is where? That's San Francisco?
Yeah, right outside, yeah.
And they get into a big fight about who's going to go first. And Pete Townshend had been toughened up by Roger's constant violence. And I think Jimi Hendrix was a bit of a bully. He beat his wives and stuff, and everyone has always been scared of blacks. And so they had it out, and they got physical. And Pete Townshend won the debate, and he went on before Jimi Hendrix and destroyed it. Oh, Pete Townshend also thinks, you took my whole smashing your guitar shit from me. That started because Pete Townshend accidentally fucked up his guitar on the roof of a small club, and people laughed, and that pissed him off because he had a rough childhood, and those kind of kids don't like to be laughed at. So he destroyed his guitar, smashed it to smithereens. And then then Lambert and Stamp goes, that's hot. We're not a love rock band. We're a violent band. So keep doing that. So that became a thing. And then he got mad at Jimmy for stealing. So he goes, I'm going on before you, and I'm going to smash my shit. And you're going to look like the asshole that you are, you fucking. And then he called him a. Really? Which is not recorded anywhere. No one wrote it down. It's a secret that only I know. So they did great. Look at my generation sped up. And look at Roger Daltrey. He's not a mod anymore. It's only been 3 years. And he's delaying the pause there. There's Carm Soprano bringing the drama. Why don't you? People have to die. That's drugs. That's the devil. It's funny how a band is older and the songs speed up. And I think so. This is when Jimmy lit his guitar on fire. I thought it was Woodstock, but it was Monterey. Woodstock was a couple years later, I think. Maybe 71. So that's 69. Like, imagine you were at this show. This is why I got to get the gig to go kill Hitler as a baby, so I can hijack the time machine and go see this.
This is when Hendrix became like an American star, because he was big in the UK.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this was a sort of a second British invasion post-Beatles, where all of these 60s guys were embracing the hippie gear and the chaos and breaking into America. So it's funny, yeah. This is Jimi Hendrix, essentially a British musician, breaking into his own country's scene. And by the way, this does kind of beat smashing your guitar. Touché, J-Bones. He's still playing it. Can you move it up a bit? I can't see the guitar. Zoom out or whatever you have to do. Oh, no one can. I think they used this for the cover of the album. There we go. Is that bad for a guitar?
Oh, no, it's great for the guitar.
All right, so that was a very exciting time, and they're breaking into the States, and this is where they released Tommy the Musical. So they're in now. They're touring. They're playing all those 60 songs, and this was kind of a crazy thing to do. They release a rock opera. I think it's a double. Is it a quadruple album? Look that up, Jamie. But they released Tommy. I'm not a musical guy, so it's not my cup of tea. I remember. Well, I don't remember when this came out. I remember Meaty Beaty Big and Bouncy. No, I don't. That was 71.
Tommy was a double album.
Double album. I should say I remember when I discovered this album, and I was like, ugh. But it's about Pete Townshend's childhood. It's about a damaged kid, right? He's deaf, dumb, and blind, but he sure plays a mean pinball. It opens with the overture. British Army Captain Walker goes missing during an expedition. He's believed dead. In the overture, his wife, Miss Walker, gives birth to their son, Tommy. Years later, Captain Walker returns home and discovers that his wife has found a new lover. The captain kills the lover in front of Tommy. Tommy's parents coerce Tommy to believing he does not see or hear anything. Tommy begins to disassociate and becomes deaf, dumb, and blind. Tommy now relies on his sense of touch and imagination, developing an inner psyche. Clearly, Townshend's on acid at this point. A doctor claims his wife can cure Tommy. Tommy's parents are increasingly frustrated. The budget on this fucking movie is crazy. Tina Turner, fucking special effects.
Well,
it's
Tina Turner was actually easy to get because Ike would just Ike would let her do stuff for almost not pay her at all. Actually,
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it panned out.
It did, yeah.
She was in Mad Max. Okay, so this was kind of a weird one to include, Overture, the intro to Tommy, but it's just so fucking weird. Musician. You're a classical musician, Sean. Don't you think I'm right?
Yeah, this is interesting.
Better be. I'm your fucking boss. I'd like to be out of a job. Feel free to disagree. Hold on, my brother's calling. Hello?
Hey, man.
Hey, man, I'm just shooting a show.
Oh, okay, cool. Well,
Tell him I say hello.
I'm on my way to Ottawa, so I'll see you there.
Okay, sounds good. Bye. Sorry. Fucking French horns. I think John Entwistle played the French horn.
I think so.
Oh, thanks for your input. You hear a bit of the quick one. All is forgiven. So this is a fucking bold move to do. Americans have just heard of you, and you put out this opus. I think it may have been a mistake. I mean, it was a very successful musical, critically acclaimed, so who the fuck am I? I just fucking hate musicals, so I'm probably the last person who should be discussing it. So anyway, just jump in the middle of that song so people can see that it's... classical. All right, so one of the better songs on that, obviously Pinball Wizard and I'm Free are the winners, but Christmas was a hit. This is a clip from it. They got Oliver Reed. Oliver Reed, you probably know him from Gladiator. He's like one of the biggest actors in history. I love him because he's back from the drunk days of Richard Harris, Peter O'Toole. There he is, getting drunk. It's poor little when your little kid's staying with their grandmother, they're watching Coronation Street, it's boring. Let's just do a quick reminder of Oliver Reed. Here he is, a dogmatic lesbian feminist on a talk show. Her name is Katie Millett. I'll show you her in a second. But This is why I'm often drunk during interviews, because I'm nostalgic for these days.
That he fucks her.
Stop.
She is a...
This is the way people should be on shows. Go back to the beginning. Yeah.
A woman will never, ever forgive a man that he fucks her. She is the receiver.
He never forgives him if he doesn't.
I'll buy that, sir.
I'll buy that, sir.
I'll buy that. So we walk in every plank, in every regiment, in every corps, in everything. But you are the receivers. You take our seed, you look after our babies, and we'll go do the hunting for you.
I don't believe in the death penalty, but I can see that there is a strong public argument.
You got to know who she is. She's this dogmatic academic feminist, Columbia. She discovered sexual politics. She basically invented the notion of injecting sexism into everything, from Shakespeare to restaurants.
Sorry, but I mean, that's aggressive, it's obnoxious. Is that something you want to visit upon someone you've invited to your program?
I think it is unacceptable.
Oliver, you've been a bore.
Sorry.
You've been a bore, and you know you have.
Sorry.
This is me at my local at
Do you really mean
midnight.
this, Sarah?
No, he doesn't.
Shall I leave?
No. I'd love it if you would. I think you're an awful bully. And I think it's appalling that anybody should have to put up with it.
Do you want me to go?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
See, never apologize. You're an old, ugly hag. You're a dull lesbian.
Good night, gentlemen.
Good night. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, ladies. Have you ever seen the show Neighbors?
No.
Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi. It's so fucking good. See if you can dig this up. This might be too much of a tangent, but Dan Aykroyd slaps John Belushi. No, John Belushi's a good guy. Dan Aykroyd is a psycho. But it's one of these great movies where the psycho is portrayed as the good guy, and you, the sane person, kind of like that movie, the Richard Dreyfuss and Bill Murray, where Richard Dreyfuss is considered the bad guy, even though Bill Murray is the one driving him fucking insane. And I did hear that when they were shooting that movie, Bill Murray did drive Richard Dreyfuss insane just for laughs. So this is the same sort of construct where there's this psychotic nightmare neighbor, but there's this scene where he goes too far and John Belushi slaps Dan Aykroyd, and Dan Aykroyd was in the wrong, but the wives are on Dan's side, and he just does this perfect like, psh. Good night, ladies.
I don't think this is the right one, but...
And he walks off.
Someday you can forgive me. Here.
Well, that must be after the scene.
Vehicle registration. He just signed over his car to us.
Really?
Yes, it's all yours. I want you to have it.
Yeah, that's not it. Yeah. This is after he's capitulated, just like Oliver Reed just did and said sorry and left. But maybe look up Neighbors Jim Belushi slap. I used to do that at every party. At the end of the night, I just go, good night, ladies. No one got the joke, but it was a little homage to that scene.
Does that look like it's there?
Mona! God, John Belushi's body language. This is like Animal House when he's sneaking outside. Mona! Fall! Oh, that was an electromagnet. They live near a power, like a hydro station. This won't be it, because there's no ladies.
Are you all right?
Keep scrolling.
Okay.
You sure you didn't get hit? He wanted to talk.
There's got to be ladies around. Why did you choose that scene?
Well, that's what came up when I Googled Neighbors
all right.
Belushi slap.
One more chance, and then we're going to move on.
Let's see.
Pull it up. We got to find it. God, I know you're busy. Don't bother with this. We need you Friday. I don't want you wasting your time. There's probably a mudslide in Sri Lanka you got to deal with. Don't worry about finding this clip for us. This is stupid. I'm ruining the show, actually. I'm ruining this entire thing.
Confessing?
Ooh, that looks like it might be it. What? They were standing.
It's man
You
not
can't
to admit
slap
he was the
sitting
one who
down.
cooked supper. You've got nothing to say?
He's got no black eye.
I don't think that'll be necessary. We do have an agreement, don't we?
You're talking about what you did outside.
Oh, she makes it look like he's flirting with her, They ruined their marriage.
Figures you mentioned.
It's a really good, bizarre movie.
Figures, Earl?
Scroll ahead.
What
See if they
figures?
stand at any
Just
point. You can't slap from there.
He's not my type.
How many things go right in this crazy world?
Ooh, this looks like it might be it.
Ramona?
Let's go. Come on, before he gets dangerous.
I thought I'd be able to defend myself.
Not so loud, Earl.
What's the matter? You afraid we're going to disturb the neighbors? These are the goddamn neighbors.
Calm yourself, Earl. I'm not going to take you to court. That'd make for bad blood. We don't want any bad blood, especially since we're going to be living next door to you for a long, long time.
Anyway, check it out. Sorry about that, guys. I fucked up. So yeah, Tommy, you're talking to the wrong guy. I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of music nerds that tell me that I slept on a masterpiece. Yawn. Of course, the hits on Tommy are Pinball Wizard. One of the greatest songs of all time. I remember being a kid, like 12, and hearing this and being like, he's deaf, dumb, and blind, and he's awesome at pinball? That is so fucking cool. I'm free. I've been singing this all week. I'm free. Remember, this band's been putting out songs for albums for 4 fucking years. I think we've been here in the studio for 4 years. God, he's good. You know they never hang out? Daltrey and Townshend ever have. They've never gotten along. They're the opposite. Entwistle and Keith Moon used to fucking do speed together. Sometimes Townshend, but Daltrey. So that's a fucking jam. I was going to put in We're Not Going to Take It, not the Twisted Sister version, but The Who. I decided against. This didn't make the cuts. I thought I should. There's one other song that didn't make the cuts, that Throw Back Your Head. That didn't make it in. But this almost made it, if you want to see the kind of songs that don't get considered jams.
Is this A21?
It's the second link after 12.
Yep.
But then 69 happened. So, yes, I would say that was not my cup of tea, but it was a very smart strategic move. They just blew up in Monterey in San Francisco. Woodstock is now hit 69 the following year. So they hit us with this critically acclaimed musical. It's got a big budget movie. And then they play Woodstock. One interesting thing about Woodstock was Abby Hoffman, who was a popular 60s fucking hippie poet. David Cross played him recently in a movie. He was a pedophile. He was a proud member of NAMBLA, the All Natural Man Boy Love Association.
Wait, wasn't that Ginsberg?
Oh, was that Ginsberg?
Yeah.
Fuck. Thank you for correcting me. That's embarrassing. Okay, well, Abby Hoffman was annoying too.
Yeah, he's very annoying.
They're all the same. And the Who were up on stage. Now, there was this guy, John Sinclair. He was in the MC5. He started the White Panther Party, which were like the Black Panthers, but they focused on anti-racism. That was the funny thing, too, about these late 60s, early 70s revolutionary groups like the Weather Underground and all that shit. The Weather Underground's goal was to raise money for black groups. Black groups like the Black Panthers and the fucking Symbionese Army, whatever they were called, they were all about black power. And then the white groups were all about black power. Like they were killing Brink security guards to raise money for blacks. Ugh. So gay. What a cuck revolution you have going on. So John Sinclair was one of them. And White Panther Party was an activist. And he hated the government, man, and wanted to help black people rise up. And he got caught with weed, a lot of weed. But they gave him fucking life. Now, he got out after 4 years because everyone's saying that's ridiculous. But I think it was the FBI's way of saying, don't fuck with us. We're going to kill the Black Panthers and you're next if you fuck around, which I don't condone. So Abby Hoffman got up on stage while the Who were doing Woodstock and said, this is shit, man. John Sinclair's in jail, brothers. This is what we should be focused on, not partying. Trust a fucking hippie Jew to ruin the fun. So I have a clip of that, A21. fuck off my fucking stage, Pete says.
I think this is a pile of shit while John Sinclair rots in prison. Fuck off. Fuck off my fucking stage.
I could dig it. I can dig it. You know what, I'm on anymore. So anyway, that was a fun little clip. Townshend hated this show. He said Americans are fucking weird.
Pretty much everyone that played at Woodstock hated their performance at Woodstock.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, didn't the Rolling Stones watch a man die?
That was Altamont.
Oh, that was Altamont, right? Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look very fun.
Oh, it looks like hell on earth.
Like a 3-mile walk because of the parking, mud, and the Who played at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
The sun came out.
I
and
think
Pete Townshend
the Grateful
goes,
Dead played after them, and they were like, "Hey, man, you're kind of harshing my mellow here." And like,
so I have footage of them. They're finally rock stars. Everyone else thought it went great, but they were happy to get back home to Britain. Like this is one of my favorite things about the Who is they were dressed like this, and then the 70s hit, and they're like, got it, and became rock stars. Doing the same songs. Yeah, did he invent the microphone spinning and catching thing? I think he did. I mean, James Brown was good with a mic stand. But... All right, so that was a cool show. By the way, I bet you don't know this, Sean.
Yeah.
The same year, Pete Townshend was secretly writing songs for other bands and playing in other bands.
I didn't know that.
As Bijou Drains. Bijou is French for jewelry. Jewelry Drains? And it was a band he formed. He started a band called Thunderclap Newman. This is the same year. And they had a #1 hit that's big with people. People still want it in commercials. So this is Thunderclap Newman starring Pete Townshend as Bijou Drains. #1 hit. The same year Woodstock was going on. Something in the Air. You'll recognize it. Townshend ghost wrote this song. Wow. They really liked the singer, Lambert and Townsend. Maybe they were fucking him. Everyone was fags back then. They were so wasted. They became gay. Pretty Beatlesy, huh?
Yeah.
And I guess Pete realized this isn't Who music. Fuck it. It's too nice. It's not violent enough. Anyway, that's a fun little tidbit. So now this is the craziest year ever. They do Monterey, they do Woodstock, they're big. They're sort of opening act to this new American attention is a double album musical. Fucking massive gamble. It didn't work for Gav, but it worked for everyone else. So yes, smash hit. Now your next move better be huge. And this is what I've always said. This, if you glean anything from this particular Battle of the Bands, or fucking anything I ever say, I've said this a million times. You get an opportunity once or twice in your life. Someone opens a window. When that happens, get a crowbar and pry it open and hold it as long as you can. Eventually, the pressure is going to break the crowbar. But open it as much as you can and it's almost like a fire. Get as much shit out of the house before the house burns down. And then you go outside and you're rich and successful. Like with Vice, the door opened, an eccentric billionaire said, you want to move to New York? And he was investing in a bunch of other companies. They went, no, I have a girlfriend here in Toronto. And we're like, we're fucking in. Then we went there. I worked fucking 12 hours a day. I worked nonstop. Even when I was at bars, I was like, what's your name? We should get you as a photographer. Vice became gazillions. And then I was pushed out and they really made money. So what they did in 1971, post-Tommy, was two things at once. They put out Who's Next, which is a fucking masterpiece. And again, I'm glad I'm not Lambert and Stamp because I would have said no to this. Then they put out Meaty, Big, and Bouncy. Like August was Who's Next. November was Meaty, Beady, Big, and Bouncy. With a bunch of unreleased singles from the 60s. What? Why is everyone calling me right now? This better be. Okay. Hey, I'm just shooting. What's up?
You fucking clean.
Yeah?
Do that. Like I clean our food dishes with that.
I washed it like crazy afterwards.
No, there's carpet fibers in it. That's fucking disgusting. People walk on a rug and our dog pisses on it, and I'm cleaning our food dishes with it.
I was pretty sure I cleaned it really well after.
No, there's carpet fibers. Like I pulled out a whole wad of them. That's fucking disgusting. Don't ever do that.
All right, sorry.
I'm throwing that away. I can't believe that you used that brush. That cleans our kids' dishes. Gross. Goodbye.
Yeah, she's right. The dog pissed on the carpet, and I cleaned it with the dish scrubber, and I forgot to clean the dish scrubber after, or at least I didn't do a very good job of it. Sorry, I'm a little frazzled there from getting in so much trouble. So they released both of these things at once, and they sort of show you, yes, we're a rock band that you just see right now with the fringes, les flangeants, as they say in Quebec. But we're also a very important 60s rock band, and you should probably know everything about us at once. So in 1971, Who's Next gave us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 jams, and Meaty, Beady, Big, and Bouncy. Now, some of them I'm not including because it's like can't explain and stuff, but that's another 10. So more than half of their jams came out in 1 year, you could argue. You know, it's a greatest hits album, but... So let's do Who's Next. Of course, Baba O'Reilly. I'm fucking so over this Baba shit. Ugh. It should be called Teenage Wasteland, obviously. Not an homage to your old salt mine on tour in Northern England. I'm not sure, but like the whole thing with crowbarring the window open, they really did that with 71. But the touring, they're about to, that might be what killed Keith Moon.
Yeah.
Like the relentless touring, you got to be on every single fucking night for years. 65, 71, 6 years of pretty much non-stop touring. I mean, I would get wasted. You arrive in the town at 12, you go on at 10. You got 10 hours to kill and you're with your buds? How do you not get wasted? And then you got to sober up to play, so you do a bunch of coke and speed. My wife. Sacha Baron Cohen permanently ruined those two words together. The reason I put this in is sort of like the overture at Tommy. Just the use of horns is so cool and unrock. Go to the middle for the chorus. There it is. This is still just Who's Next. It's I would say there's maybe 3 non-hits, non-jams on Who's Next. The song is over. I think this is Pete Towns singing in this next one. Correct me if I'm wrong. Go to the next one. Song is over. We're up to about 17 now. This is a good album if you want to get your kids into The Who. Plays Who's Next in the car. Great variety too, right?
Oh yeah.
You never get bored listening to The Who.
The song is over.
I made a mix.
It's all behind me.
Oh, and then this gets into the wide open spaces. That might be Townsend at the beginning and then Daltrey coming in. Yeah, that's definitely Townsend.
It's all behind me. They're all ahead now. Can't hope to find me.
2, 3, 4.
I'll sing my song to the wide open spaces.
Like this is what Daltrey brings to the Who. I'll bring my song to the wide open spaces. It's like stand up next to a mountain, chop it down with the edge of my hand. I'm not fucking around. Okay, number 18, Going Mobile, groovy little song. Great to listen to on your motorcycle. If your AirPods don't hurt your ears. Maddie has this helmet where the headphones are in the helmet, and when he can make calls too, and it sounds like this when he's on the phone on the highway.
I'm going home, and when I wanna go home, I'm going mobile.
I could probably get it installed in my helmet.
We'll see how it feels.
Okay, you know that jam? Behind Blue Eyes, pretty gay. You thought the song is over, it was gay, but then it gets heavy. This is one of their gayest songs. No one knows what it's like to be a bad man, to be a sad man. Behind Blue Eyes. Sydney Sweeney knows. Can you believe Sydney Sweeney's story is still going?
Yeah, won't stop.
To be the bad man.
This is still Who's Next. Still 1971.
Behind Blue Eyes.
Okay. Oh, actually, that picks up too. And my dreams. One of the best songs ever. Won't Get Fooled Again. Yeah, that song isn't gay. It gets good. Daltrey gives it balls.
For whatever reason, that song never I never think it's the Who for some reason. I think it's like Crosby, Stills, Nash or something like that when it comes on.
I don't, because I'm an expert.
Yeah.
I know, you don't know.
I know, I don't know shit.
You know what I got? What that's from?
What?
There's a kid in my bar. He might be special needs or fetal alcohol syndrome. And when he knows something I don't know, which is once a year, he goes, I know, you don't know. But he never looks you in the eyes. He goes like, I know, you don't know. Sometimes he'll motion you and go, and then of course with Won't Get Fooled Again, we started to talk all over it, but you've heard it before. That's Won't Get Fooled Again. Oh, that's the one with 2 yells. Sorry, I was wrong. Yeah! Not Bob O'Reilly, but those are their 2 best songs. George W. Bush does an excellent cover of the song.
Classic.
You know what's funny about this? I remember being embarrassed. I wasn't really a Republican back then, but I was like, oh my God, our president is so embarrassing. Then Biden came along and just obliterated every Won't Get Fooled Again that George W. Bush ever said. There used to be a CD of George W. Bush isms. And now that looks like nothing in comparison.
It's not a joke.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Holy shit, dude. Brain fart. Biden was smart enough to go, anyways. Okay, so now there's Meaty Beaty, Big and Bouncy. I felt weird putting this in, but I'm not repeating anything here. And we'll breeze through this. I can't sing song. Pete Townshend would sometimes just pick the tiniest thing, like Smokey Robinson he liked, right? And he has that line in Tracks of My Tears where he goes, she may be cute, she's just a substitute, but you're the permanent one. He goes, I'm going to write a whole flower on substitute. Like, you know that song, Vicious, you hit me with a flower, you did it every hour, baby, you're so vicious. Lou Reed. You know how that song came about? Andy Warhol goes up to him and goes, you should do a song like you hit me with a flower. And Louis was like, done. Oh, you know what's interesting about this? One of the lines is, I look all white, but my dad is black. They changed that for the American release because America couldn't handle race. There's Carm again, bringing the drama.
You think my shoes are made of leather, but I'm a substitute for another guy. I look pretty tall, but my heels are high. The simple things you see are all complicated. Look pretty young, but I'm just...
And so they changed it from I look really white, but my dad was black to I try walking forward, but my feet walk back. Here's an interesting one, 24, I'm a boy. It's very Tommy, but this was only 1966, so a year after their debut album. Probably see picture. She's not hot. I mean, I don't jerk off as a rule, but if I did, I don't think this would be high on my list. And then look up Lily Saint. Yeah, look at this. You put that on your wall, Pete? Why?
We should put her in the hotties segment.
But she's not even hot, too. That's the other thing. I don't think women were hot back then. Hot women started in like the 50s. Before that, they were just, I mean, all the good ones got raped by soldiers, right, in the world wars.
I guess so.
You got killed. Let's click on her face, though. I wanted to get a better look. Pictures of Lily makes my life so wonderful. Pictures of Lily helps me sleep at night. Dun, 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 dun. Look at that. No thanks. You can keep your pictures of Lily there, Pete.
Holy crapoli.
And then look at Lily St. Cyr. Whatever happened to Fay Ray? That delicate, satin-draped frame as I clung to her thigh. See, now we're talking. That's a better Lily.
Yeah, definitely.
She hasn't been dead since 1929. She's probably been dead since 1970. Ooh, did I see her in the bath? Click on that one. Let's get horny together. We never get horny together.
Speak for yourself.
I haven't been horny with you. Yeah, I'm getting another fucking call.
What the hell?
Hello?
Hey, I was looking for Gavin.
He's not available. Can I help you?
Sorry?
Can I take a message?
Oh, yeah, I must have called. I must have called your phone by accident instead. Yeah, my name's Justin Roylick. I'm a reporter with the Independent, the British paper. I'm at the New York. I just want to read.
You're cutting in and out.
So I cover federal courts. There's a lawsuit filed by the African Methodist Episcopal Church over this trademark issue with the Proud Boys. And so I just wanted, Gavin's not mentioned or named in it at all. It's against this guy from the Hudson Valley. But you know,
does that bum you out? Do you wish that Gavin was mentioned?
I'm sorry?
Do you wish Gavin was mentioned in it? You don't have very good reception. Where are you?
I'm in a phone booth at the office. We have like these soundproof booths.
Oh. Well, it fucks up the reception.
Yeah, I know. It seems a little bit weird. Anyway, yeah, I was just trying to get in touch with Gavin to see if he had any
I'm
thoughts
Gavin.
on this.
I don't have any hope in you covering this story remotely accurately, but it's one of my favorite stories. Did you know, first of all, that the church that is filing the lawsuit isn't the church that had the flag taken off it? And they discovered this in court.
Okay.
They all found this out in court, including Enrique. He's like, wait a minute. This isn't the church? So Proud Boys took a flag off of a church in D.C. Enrique took the blame. A separate church sued them, and then it turns out all they really own is the word Proud Boy written in that classic tattoo font. It was done under the assumption that Proud Boys were making any money from merch. They can't sell shit. Like, Proud Boys can't go and set up an account on Shopify. It'd be like selling Nazi paraphernalia. It shouldn't be like that, but that's the way it is, unfortunately. The Proud Boys are a multiracial club with members, black members, Asian members, Jewish members, gay members. I've been to a gay Proud Boys wedding, but the media always gets it wrong. And I'm including you in that, by the way. And then,
I haven't written about the Proud Boys.
Well, you will, and it'll suck. And the other funny thing is, these absolute goons, these fucking morons, put out shirts that said Black Pride, Proud Boys, something like that, Black Power or something, and they published them. I bought them. I bought all the shirts, and when they actually did the printing, they spelled PB wrong. They spelled it BP. So those are collector's items among Proud Boys. Like, that's another thing people don't realize is that the club, they love this shit. They think it's hilarious.
One of the things I'm not, and I can send you the
cutting out again. Classic left journalism.
I'm not a left. We're it's a British paper. I mean, it's a straight news.
There's no such thing as straight news out of the UK.
All right. I mean, we really do our best to keep.
How many flattering articles about Trump have you guys put out?
Flattering articles?
Or where he sounded pretty good, and a Trump supporter would go, "Oh, that was a fair shake."
I think that many of them are very fair. I don't think that anything is. There's no real editorials in here. I mean, except in editorials, of course. It's not.
I'm pretty dubious of the Independent, but maybe I should give it another chance. They got to work on their soundproof booths.
Well, you know how it is.
So I'm doing a battle of the bands about The Who and listing all their hits and seeing how many hits that works out to per year. Mm-hmm. Do you have any suggestions? Are you cutting out or deep in thought?
Sorry, about how many hits The Who have per year?
Like, I want to make sure I don't miss any.
Sorry, many? Is that what you said?
No, I want to make sure I don't miss any Who hits.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there were so many of them. 515.
515?
Squeeze Box.
Wait, what's 515?
It's on Quadrophenia, I think.
Out of My Bird on the 515.
We only include Rain on Me on Quadrophenia. I don't like that album. I like the movie. Or maybe I should give it a second look, just like the Independent. Anyway, we should wrap this up because this is all, you're being recorded and it's all being broadcast right now. What is your last question, or can we wrap it up? Nope, that's all not coming through.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to aim my phone like a transistor radio to try to pick you up.
Are you there?
Okay, let's try. This is not working. Well, you have my number. Try like FaceTime audio or something. Is that fucking modern journalism in a nutshell?
And he's in a special room for phone calls.
Like, I remember I was working with the CBC, Canada's BBC, and she goes, "How far away are you?" And I send her a picture on my phone. I go, "What?" No, I say, "What's your cell phone? I'll send you like my location so you can see how I'm getting closer," which is a dumb thing to do because you got to remember to turn it off. She goes, "Oh, I don't have a cell phone." This is like 2015, by the way. I'm not talking about the 1960s. She's a reporter with the CBC who does not own a cell phone, which is an elitist, high status thing to do.
What the fuck is that?
The fuck fuck was that?
There was an earthquake the other day.
It's still going.
The hell?
Is the ceiling going to collapse? I hope it kills you and not me.
Shit, that's mean.
I have kids. Did you hear that, Sean?
I felt it, very much so. Yeah, and heard
So just for you folks at home, something gigantic fell on our roof and was vibrating for a long time afterwards.
Bizarre.
And as I've known from previous roof work, there's not a lot happening here. There's the drop ceiling, then some plywood, and then a roof.
The fuck?
My name is Tom, and I'm a head case. At least he included his actual phone number. Or did he? Yeah. I'll message him. Go look up that 515 song. Did I sleep on Quadrophenia?
My uncle introduced me to The Who through Quadrophenia, and it was a big mistake. I didn't get it.
You didn't like it?
No, I hated it when I was
Good.
young. Yeah.
Yeah, no one likes it. Even the movie, I love the look of mods, obviously, but there's no plot.
Why should I care? Why should I care?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I remember this.
Oh, yeah, not bad.
Girls are 15, sexually knowing. The ushers are sniffing, all overloading. The seats are seductive, set up and sing. Pretty girls digging, pretty women magically bored.
The journalist is upset that we recorded him. By the way.
Frustration in our minds and our toes. Quiet storm.
So wait, where was I? So that doesn't sound like a good song. I don't like it. Substitute. I'm a boy. Pictures of Lily. Magic Bus. Fucking jam. This kind of makes me want to go to see the Long Island show because this actual song is like 5 minutes long.
I heard that Daltrey can't really sing anymore, though.
Yeah, he's fucking 81, dude. I saw a clip, the one where he fired Zach Starkey from like months ago.
Yeah.
And he just looks like this silly little fat man. Dong, 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 ba-ding, dong. Get on the bus, it takes me to... So go to the end. This song is great to have on your house, but live, this ending must be awesome. With a boom, ba-diddle, boom, ba-diddle, boom, ba-diddle, boom, ba-diddle. Go to the end. It's the end?
Yeah.
Okay, go to the not the very, very end then. There's that drum solo in it. I feel sorry for whoever followed Keith Moon. Zach Starkey must have hated this song. Got these little castanets, whatever they're called. Claves. Blades? Anyway, great song. Cool fucking drums in it. Happy Jack. I almost missed this. It's only on the USA version of Meaty Beaty Big and Bouncy. This one is really good. See, I'm going back in time now. Again, Meaty Beaty Big and Bouncy was a compilation of singles from the 60s. So though it was released in 71, you just heard a bunch of 60s songs. Back to real time, The Seeker was the first song after Tommy. I don't think his heart was in it, but I fucking love this song. Can you imagine if you're a Who fan in 1971? You're drowning.
I've been searching low and high. I won't get to get what I'm after till the day I die.
I guess Bobby Dylan.
I asked Bobby Dylan. I asked the Beatles.
Okay, that's enough of that. We get that. Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Go to Independent, The Independent, UK, and type Trump in the search bar. What do you think is going to be happening? A great movie. Just aesthetically, it's really pleasing. It's like that old black and white footage I showed you of the kids, the faces, as Lambert and Stamp would call them, but in color. And there's all kinds of weird mod traditions that I followed as a kid, even though I was a punker. Like you get new Levi's, you wear them in the shower, cold water, and then you wear them till they dry. Very uncomfortable, but they fit you like a glove after that. The beauty of the mods versus the rockers too is it was about nationalism. It was Brits saying, I love this fucking country. I know I'm poor, but I'm proud, and I'm going to wear, well, a lot of their fashion was ironically inspired by 50s preppies, like the Harrington that Steve McQueen would wear. That's 50s preppies. The white socks with the loafers, the sweater vests. So it's funny how they were seen as the more British of the two. And they liked Northern Soul, which was American music too. So it's British nationalists mimicking 50s preppies who were into Motown. They call it Northern Soul because it was in Manchester and Liverpool that they would listen to all this Motown, like Tainted Love, of course, was the big hit that they Britishized. T-Rex, I think, ended up, or was it Mark Bolan? Is that T-Rex?
Yeah.
Ended up dating the girl who is in Tainted Love.
Gloria Jones, is it?
Yeah, she ended up killing him.
Yep.
And they still write about her as she's some sort of hero. It's more black worship, just like the Baba shit. She was a useless, drunk, stupid Anne, and she crashed a car while getting shit-faced one night and killed Mark Bolan after taking him from his wife and kid, I believe.
Rollin' Bolan.
But, so that was what the mods were into, and then the rockers were into Elvis and, Eddie Cochran and all of that rock and roll stuff. And they rode motorcycles. And that's all well documented in Quadrophenia. So let's watch the trailer.
This here?
What is that?
Oh, that's mods versus...
Oh, that's okay. That'll do.
The first time the public noticed mods and rockers coming to blows
Mods and rockers.
was Easter Bank Holiday in 1964 at Clacton. Events took the media by surprise, and the cameras didn't get there until the day after.
They were parkas to protect their suits. Turn it up.
In fact, a gang fight? Not as far as we know. It was several hundred young people, rather at a loose end over the weekend. And what happened, as far as the police are concerned? They came into the town and finding not much else to do, they committed several acts of wanton and purposeless damage, so that the police had to turn out in some strength to deal with them. Well, you and your friends...
What did he say originally? They came to loose ends? I'm going to say that next time I get caught fighting. Sorry about that. I came to loose ends.
Boredom. On whose part?
Boredom.
Well, on both. What happened?
The do down there. Well, there was lots of things, They started, you know what rockers are like, don't you?
Well,
you hear the accent?
Well,
they were not posh. Despite wearing a derby and a suit.
Started bashing into the scooters and knocking down motors.
And what else happened?
What else? So it was their fault as well as ours.
Where do you reckon the next battle of that kind is going to be?
All right, boring. Scroll ahead. Do they have any footage of the fighting?
Press and see another reality.
Seaside.
But to see those three different realities.
Loose ends. The seaside.
The world that it looked like for...
All right, so go to the Quadrophenia. Oh, here we go.
Stan Cohen,
stupidest hats in the history of law enforcement would be the bobbies.
He was researching social reaction to juvenile
cap on a bobby.
And
where you wore the strap under your bottom lip for some reason. Whose idea was that?
I was always playing three roles. I would sometimes walk around during the day.
All right, let's go to the trailer for Quadrophenia. So it's 73. They're touring. They're fucking huge. They gave you a musical. They gave you 2 albums that have about 25 hits in total. And then they go and give you a movie. It's a classic movie. I wouldn't call it a musical. About mods in the 60s. An homage to their life 15 years ago. This is still Lambert and Stamp coming up with all these cool ideas.
A major musical statement.
When I was a kid in Ottawa, Canada, there was tons of mods.
Every generation.
With the scooters with the mirrors. They'd go on scooter runs too. I think it's because most of our parents were British in Ottawa.
For everyone who was ever convinced he was right, because
Musical
the world
director
was
John
wrong.
Entwistle.
Just because we get
These blues look green.
I'll tell you what's wrong with you.
That's the guy in the Pop Life video. Blurs.
What's that? I'll tell you what that is. Bloody split personality. Leave me alone.
Such a great teen angst fucking film.
Nowhere is home.
I think I'm going to become a mod. I want to be a rude boy like my dad.
Yeah, I'll tell you what you can do with your job, and all that other rubbish you can stuff right up your
You know who's in this movie as a sexy guy? Guess.
Michael Jackson.
Very bad guess. Sting. He plays the face.
Quadrophenia, the Who's triumphant answer to indifference. The movie, the music.
So great stuff. Look up Sting in Quadrophenia. Imagine being a journalist, a grown man. You're in some dumb booth working for some, all those papers, The Guardian and Independent are charity. And you're sitting there doing a half-assed article thinking that you're fair. There he is. Is that a picture or a video?
I will find a video.
He looks like a Nazi. Find a video. I hate Sting. I don't like the police, but I'm not blind. And I know a tantalizingly sexy man when I see one. He was the leader of the mods because he was the face. You know why he's called Sting? There's a teacher who used to wear a sweater that was yellow and black striped, so they called him Sting, like a bee.
I figured it's because his real name is Gordon, so anything's better than that.
Yeah, that's probably why. It's short for Gordon. So the only one I chose, much to our journalist's chagrin here, is Love, Rain Over Me. Guess what? It's another song about a fucking baba. Live Aid. Very anthemic, and Daltrey just fucking tears it a new ass. Okay, so now we're at a turning point. The Who by Numbers, 1975. Lambert and Stamp get fired. Now, you've noticed I've been all over the map with the dates and all these crazy moves. Big risk, guys. Stakes is high. And when the axe falls, it falls hard, as Frank Mars said on the wall of his offices at Mars Bar, where he worked with everyone else and drove a Honda Civic. Frank Mars, the man behind Mars Bars, was a huge inspiration to me as a businessman. And that's why I insisted that we don't have our own offices and it's an open floor plan and everyone can hear you on the phone. And you give the employees a lot of freedom. But he had a banner that said, when the axe falls, it falls hard. Meaning you're on your own, but if you're going to make big decisions like Tommy and 2 greatest hits albums in 1971, if you don't keep perfect books and we're making millions, I'm going to fire you. So they did. And it shows. No real hits after this and no real bold moves. So Slip Kid, this is the Who by Numbers. John Entwistle drew a cartoon for the cover. We're already suffering. At least Keith Moon's still alive. Great jam. This is just like slipping into other stuff. You know? Like Keith Moon slipped into drug addiction and died. How prophetic.
I've got my clipboard, textbooks, lead me to the station. Yeah, I'm off to the Civil War. I've got my kit bag, my heavy boots. I'm running in the rain, gonna run till my feet are
Chorus
raw.
comes in at 113.
Slip, kid,
there it is.
second generation. I'm a soldier at 13.
Great jam. Not a great album, though. Just 2 hits, 2 jams. Squeeze Box. I thought it was about a boom box, but a squeeze box is an accordion. Right? Yeah. But he's actually talking about tits. And so they had an idea. They had this televised performance, and they were going to get 100 topless women to run around while they did Squeeze Box. Mama's got a squeeze box. Daddy never sleeps at night. But it didn't come to fruition. Why? Because we don't have Lambert and Stamp. You got the vision, but ideas are a dime a dozen. Go ahead.
Mama's got a squeeze box, wears on her chest. When daddy comes home, he never gets no rest. Cause she's playing all night.
Think an 81-year-old could sing like that?
Music's all right.
Not that high note.
Mama's got a squeeze box, daddy never sleeps at night.
All right. So that's 2 jams, whereas 1971 had at least 20. By the way, we're up to about, that was number 31 on my list. Now we have Who Are You? We're winding it up here, folks. This is like 1 song per album, although we're going to argue about It's Hard. Who Are You? Because Who by Numbers is pretty, we don't have managers anymore, so John Entwistle drew a by numbers picture. And then blow up the next one. Yeah. They're burnt out at this point. Zoom in on that. Many people have noticed this. I just noticed it now. The chair says not to be taken away. And there's Keith. Isn't that a trip? Yeah. He's never been the center of any album either. Wow. So that's Who Are You? And then Keith is dead. He was taken away mere months after that picture was released.
If you take away all the insanity of Keith Moon and just listen to the drums, he's irreplaceable.
London, September 7th, 1978. It's 3:30 p.m. and Keith Moon is still dead to the world. Earlier in the day, he took several handfuls of heminevrin, an alcohol withdrawal medication, and he's been asleep ever since.
That shit.
I woke up. It was the afternoon. I went into the bedroom, and it was this strange feeling when I came into the bedroom because I couldn't hear him breathing. It was just like a silence that was like lead heavy. And I could just see Keith with his left arm hanging over the side like that on his tummy. And right there and then I knew something was wrong. So I just darted in there, flew on top of him, turned him around, and I just went into panic.
Thanks for the recreation.
Not knowing what to do, she calls the doctor who prescribed the drugs. At 5 p.m., both the ambulance and the doctor arrive to discover that Moon has suffered cardiac arrest.
All right, this is depressing. Skip ahead.
Try and restart his heart.
This format of recreations and talking heads.
About 10 days before he died, Keith, out of the blue, phoned me up and said, I want you to write my life story. So I go, really? What, yeah, why? Why did he want to write his life story? And then, 10 days later, he was dead. I did find that very strange.
Maybe he chose to sit in that chair, not to be taken away.
I mean, they could get fed up with him. Everybody.
It's time to stink, folks. So we have face dances, I think the record label forced them to put out this terrible album. The guy who did Sgt. Pepper's commissioned a bunch of different artists to do each guy. So that's 4 artists doing Pete Townshend, 4 artists doing Roger Daltrey, etc., etc. Gay, boring. The only good song on this album is You Better You Bet. It's still one of their better songs. I think the problem is Pete Townshend was focused on his gay album. Hit it, Raj.
I call you on a telephone now.
Telephone. It's like, it's a ooh song AI would do. We got the oohs, we got Roger Daltrey coming in, we got the breakdown, you better bet your life. Great jam. So, one of the reasons I think Face Dances sucks is because A30, Pete Townshend was doing his Rough Boys. I looked it up. He doesn't actually say, I want to suck and taste them. I'm talking so long, I'm losing my voice. Whenever I see Rough Boys, I'm just like, oh, I want to grab them. Don't you?
Yeah.
I love Rough Boys. Those Rough Boys. What are they, going to a pool hall? Tough boys running the streets. Uh-oh, mods and rockers are going to fight. Under the sheets. Nobody knows Rough Boys. So they gone from fighting in the beaches of Brighton to snooker. Tough boys, tough. Come over here. I wanna bite and kiss you. Wanna bite and kill you? So allegedly, this is about Pete feeling old and seeing young boys and being like, God, I miss those days. But it comes across as very gay, and we know he had some trouble there with kiddie porn. He was criminally charged for researching kiddie porn. He said that he was doing personal research because he had been told, he had a theory that the banks were working with pedophiles and child porn to process their money. And they didn't care where the money came from, which I could believe. So he was initially charged. They found no porn anywhere, though, on his computers or anywhere. So they dropped it. He was a registered sex offender from that for 2 years. So he could have been lying. He could have had a good lawyer. We don't know. My gut says he's innocent. I mean, there's been no sexual charges with Pete since literally 5 years before I was born. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 70, 65 till now. There's just been that one incident. So that's one song from Face Dances. One. Now, I might have even let them go. And if I had let them go in 1973, these guys would be the fucking winners of hits per year by a long shot. They had that 1 year of 65 to 71. They would have dominated all Battle of the Bands forever. But they lingered. And the lingering sort of paid off with It's Hard. I bought this when it came out. I was, I guess, 12.
This record you can find for $1 at every store in America.
Yeah. Well, the video game guy was unfortunate because it's right around the same time as the charges. And it says It's Hard. It's meant to be an update of Pinball Wizard, right? He's on a video game. But I love this album. What year was this?
82.
Dude, we've been talking so long, my bones hurt. I remember my cousin in Glasgow. I was living in Scotland at the time. Not living, I was there for the summer. My cousin bought Michael Jackson Thriller. I bought this. And that was sort of indicative of the two camps at the time. There was Michael Jackson people, disco people. Then there was rock people, the Who people. We would wear shirts that said death before disco. We would rather die than like disco. So I'm sure there's going to be some pushback on this, but I think there's 6 hits on this album. Athena. Although the fucking lyrics make me think that Pete had spent most of his, not that I like Rough Boys, but there was a beautiful white horse I saw on a dream stage. He had a snake the size of a sewer pipe living in his rib cage. I felt like a pickled priest who was being flambéed You've got me requisitioned, Blondie. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you in the Wu-Tang Clan? She's long. This might be my own prejudice because I listen to this 1 million times.
I had no idea how much I'd need her. In peaceful times I'd hold her close and I'd feed her. My heart starts palpitating when I think my guess was wrong. But I think I'll get along. She's just a girl. She's wrong.
Maybe this song could be cut. It's hard. Any fool can break a back. Few can please. This song is like... all their songs about fighting, but this one is sort of like, can we take it easy on the fighting, please? I might be willing to cut these if you really push me. Solo, hit it.
Any tough can fight, you can play. Any fool can fall, you can live. Any stud can reproduce, you can please.
Jump in the middle.
One can pay.
Great solo. So yeah, I get it if you're mad at me right now. Eminence Front, the ultimate car ad song. The 2000 XJR. V8 engine, luxury sedan, the first of its kind. 4.2% financing if you call now. The ultimate driving machine. The BMW 5 Series. I wrote this down. Brand new saloon. V8 engine. I think I've seen this in like 10 car ads. But it's a great song.
Yeah.
Agreed?
Oh yeah, it's a great jukebox song.
Yeah. I've never tried it karaoke. Sometimes, even that, people forget they're hiding. Nice chemise there, Raj. What the fuck are you? Oh, that's me down. Like his jacket. Looking about. Lambert and Stamp were always filming, like back in the 60s. They always had cameras on, so they're very used to this. Okay, I've known no war. I'm not taking that back. I'm iffy on It's Hard and Athena. I'm not iffy on I've known no war. Beep beep. Okay, skip ahead. Actually, no, go back to the beginning. You got to hear the first Roger in there. There you go. Okay, you get it. That's 82. And they had a whole career, and this is their last. This is one of their last songs. You can cry if you want. Okay, this one I didn't include. One Life's Enough, but it sticks in your head, and you sing it like for days. Throw back your head, let your body curve into the long grass of the bay. Pull me down into your head. It sounds like the guy with the Aboriginals and the piano. You are my sister. Don't worry, this is not on the list.
Incredibly together with no ties. That was a life.
Okay, this is the gay part.
Enough for me. One life's enough for me. back your head. Let your body curve into the long grass of the bed. Pull me down into your head, and I'll push and swerve as we both gasp.
I'll push and swerve as we both gasp in the evening air. All right. 2 more left, guys. Number 38. 38 jams. 65 to 82. One at a time, one at a time. Always ready to fight over the little things. Pretty good, Keith, from the grave. I mean, they're burnt out at this point. Okay, and last song, number 39. Cry If You Want. Cry if you want. This has got really good Kinks guitars. Jang. Jump in the middle of this one. Okay, the audio's not great. There's a big jang. Anyway, that's it. So 39 hits in 17 years. Let's just update them all then. Roger Daltrey's 81, A32 there. I think he fired Starkey. So from 95 till this month, I believe, April or something, a few months ago, they had Ringo Starr's son, Zach Starkey. Ringo Starr's last name is Starkey. And he played in Oasis and I think, I don't know, New Order or something. He's a real mod. And he fucks up here. I think he's playing too loud or something and Roger can't hear.
Yep.
He's flying blind. So he fires him for this. Doesn't sound so bad.
No, it's, yeah.
It sounded like pretty high notes. So they said, oh, he retired. We didn't fire him. And Zach Starkey goes, no, I was fired. He's like 40 too. If you go down a bit, there's the tweet. Yeah, so it says, Roger Daltrey confirms Zach Starkey retired from The Who. And then I can't read this text here, but read it out for us.
Zach Starkey, drummer of The Who and son of Beatles legendo is what it says, okay. Ringo Starr recently clarified the circumstances surrounding the circumstances of his departure from the band. On May 26th, Starkey shared that Roger Daltrey informed him that he had been retired and fired from the... Oh, great.
Wait, no, go back.
Yeah.
He responds.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to see.
This is total fucking bullocks. I was fired. Roger's new word for it is retired to complete my other musical projects. I called Roger last week and told him in person I had spent nearly 2 months at my studio in Jamaica completing my studio projects, that I had a Mantra of the Cosmos single out next week, and then I was completely available for the foreseeable future. He was a little surprised but understood. It's true, I have no plans whatsoever for the fall, as I thought I was touring with The Who, and my Mantra bandmates are very busy in Oasis, and happy Mondays until the new year.
Oh, you read real boring.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look up. Now, please be careful with this, Sean.
Yeah.
I want to look up hits per year.
Okay.
Hits per year. We showed you what it was before. The Clash were dominating. Led Zeppelin were doing terrible because they were around for way too long. I got to pee.
Yep.
That's how long we've been standing here. Hits per year. The Clash are still winning with 8.875. I don't see how you could possibly beat that. Sex Pistols dominate because they're only around for 2 years. So that's 8.5. Husker Du, very prolific and only around for 4 years. That's 5.5. The Replacements just behind them with 3.9. Just one more jam, but 2 more years. And ladies and gentlemen, the Who have found their spot. Number 5, 39 jams in 17 years, 2.3 jams a year. They really suffered after the onslaught of jams in 71. I wish I could have cut them off. I wish It's Hard didn't happen, or that Small Faces, whatever it's called. And even the Who by numbers. I mean, Quadrophenia, they really dragged it the fuck on. As did Led Zeppelin, as did Motley Crue. Van Halen, I don't know, they did pretty good. I'm surprised they're only down here. And then the Stones, 20 years. I mean, you can't win with those kind of numbers. But just for the sake of argument, I know it makes a lot of people sad that the Stones and AC/DC are stuck down here in 9 and 10. So let's do total hits and not worry about per year and see how we fare. The Clash are still going to be at the top with 79, 71. But the Who are number 2. No one has more jams than the Who besides the Clash. 39 jams is a number 2 winner. Then the Stones get 32 jams. Replacements 22, 22, 20. Led Zeppelin are still not doing great, by the way. They really only had like 3 good albums. Sex Pistols way down here, Motley Crue, and then we have a Space, and then 10 jams. So you can get mad, you can cry if you want, but the Who are still an incredible band, and I'd love to emphasize, I should emphasize how different they are from every other band we discussed here. I mean, holy shit balls. The composition, it's classical music framed in rock. And I honestly think there was some sort of divine intervention from the big guy with Pete Townshend, because he had a brutal childhood. He used it, they all did really, but he used it to make these stunning anthems that lasted for, what did we say? 65 to 71, was it?
60 years.
That lasted for 17 years. Hard to beat. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. The Clash are still at the top. The Clash are still the greatest band in the world, whether you do hits per year or total hits. And I'd like to thank the Who for giving it the old college try. Nice work, boys. We love you, but you're no Clash.
So, if you enjoyed that clip,
then subscribe to Compound Censored using this promo code.